A door-sized piece of an airplane just ripped off at 16,000 feet. 177 people were on board. Wind is screaming through the cabin at 400 miles per hour. That is faster than a Category 5 hurricane. Oxygen masks are dropping from the ceiling. Passengers are grabbing their seats, texting their families goodbye, thinking this is how they die. And here is what makes this absolutely insane. This catastrophe happened because of 4 missing bolts, 4 small pieces of metal. But the real story? Boeing knew, and instead of taking responsibility, they tried to blame the pilots, the same pilots who saved every single person on that plane. And now, one of those pilots is suing Boeing for $10 million. Before this video ends, you are going to understand 3 things. First, how a 2-month-old Boeing airplane had a refrigerator-sized panel blow out mid-flight because of a factory mistake that should never have happened. Second, why Boeing's first instinct was to blame the heroes who landed the plane safely instead of admitting their own negligence. And third, the disturbing pattern that proves this isn't just about 4 missing bolts. This is about a corporate culture that puts profit over human lives. And trust me, by the time we get to what Boeing said in court, you are going to be as angry as I am. But first, let's go back to January 5th, 2024. Alaska Airlines Flight 1282, Portland to California. It should have been routine. The plane is a Boeing 737 MAX 9. It is brand new, only 2 months old. It still has that new plane smell. It had flown just 154 times. In the cockpit, we have Captain Brandon Fisher. He is a veteran with over 12,000 flight hours. He knows this plane inside and out. Beside him is First Officer Emily Whippard, another seasoned pro with 8,000 hours. These aren't rookies, they are experts. Takeoff is smooth. The plane climbs past 10,000 feet. Passengers are settling in. Then, at 14,830 feet, boom! The door plug, a massive panel covering an unused emergency exit, violently rips away from the aircraft. Let me explain what a door plug is. If an airline puts a lot of seats in a plane, they need an extra emergency door. But Alaska Airlines didn't need that door, so Boeing plugged the hole with a panel that looks like a normal window. It weighs as much as a refrigerator, and it just disappeared into the Oregon sky. Instant decompression. The wind rushes in with deafening force. The cockpit door slams open and hits the lavatory door. First Officer Whippard's headset is ripped clean off her head. A 15-year-old boy sitting near the hole has his shirt literally torn off his back by the suction. Cell phones and iPads are sucked out and scattered across the neighborhoods below. The 2 seats directly next to the hole, 26A and 26B, were empty. That is pure luck. If anyone had been sitting there, they would have been sucked out of the plane at 16,000 feet. Amidst this chaos, Captain Fisher stays ice cold. He radios air traffic control. "We are depressurized. We do need to return back. We have 177 passengers." No panic, just professional execution. He lands the plane safely in Portland. 177 people walk away alive. The media calls them heroes. Boeing's CEO sends an email praising them. Everyone is relieved. But then, the NTSB investigators show up, and what they find is absolutely damning. They find the door plug in a school teacher's backyard, and when they examine the plane, they discover something impossible. The 4 critical bolts that were supposed to hold that door in place were missing. Not broken, not loose, missing. They were never there. Investigators found photos from inside Boeing's own factory in Renton, Washington. The photos show the door plug closed with no bolts installed. Here is exactly what happened. The fuselage arrived from a supplier called Spirit Aerosystems, but Boeing workers noticed 5 damaged rivets near the door. To fix the rivets, they had to open the door plug. So they took the 4 bolts out. They fixed the rivets, and then they closed the door. But they never put the bolts back in. Even worse, there was 0 documentation, no work order, no bolt removal log. When the NTSB asked for the records, Boeing admitted, "We don't have them." Factory workers told investigators the environment was chaos. They were pressured to work faster. They were tired. One worker said, "People try to work too fast. That's how mistakes are made." So for 2 months, this plane flew 154 times with nothing holding that door in place except air pressure and friction. And there were warning signs. In the days before the crash, the plane's pressurization warning light went off 3 separate times. Alaska Airlines knew something was wrong. They even banned the plane from flying over the ocean to Hawaii, but they kept flying it over land until physics took over and the door blew out. But to understand why a missing door plug is so terrifying, we can't just look at this one flight. We have to go back 5 years, because this isn't the first time Boeing has gambled with passenger lives. October 29, 2018, Lion Air Flight 610 takes off from Jakarta. The plane is a brand new Boeing 737 MAX. It is climbing over the Java Sea. Suddenly, the nose of the plane pitches down. The pilots fight it. They pull back on the stick. The plane pushes down again.
For 11 terrifying minutes, they wrestle with a ghost in the machine, a secret software called MCAS that Boeing had installed but never told the pilots about. The software wins. The plane dives into the ocean at 450 miles per hour. 189 people dead. Families were devastated. An entire nation was in mourning. And Boeing, they quietly blamed the foreign pilots and said the plane was safe. Less than 5 months later, March 10th, 2019, Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302, same plane, same problem. 6 minutes after takeoff, the MCAS system activates again. The pilots follow Boeing's emergency procedures perfectly, but the plane is too strong. It crashes into a field, leaving a crater 30 feet deep. 157 people dead. That is 346 lives lost because Boeing rushed a plane to market to compete with Airbus. The investigations that followed exposed a company that had completely lost its way. Internal emails surfaced where Boeing employees were mocking the FAA regulators. One employee wrote, "I still haven't been forgiven by God for the covering up I did last year." Another famously wrote, "This airplane is designed by clowns, who in turn are supervised by monkeys." The entire global fleet was grounded for 21 months. The CEO, Dennis Muilenburg, was fired. Boeing paid $2.5 billion in fines. But then, they promised us things had changed. They brought in new leadership. They claimed safety was now their #1 priority. They swore that the profit-first culture was dead. And we believed them. The FAA cleared the 737 MAX to fly again. But then came the Alaska Airlines door plug. And now we know the truth. Nothing changed. The culture of rushing, the culture of cutting corners, and the culture of ignoring workers, it is all still there. The only difference is that this time, thanks to pure luck and the skill of Captain Fisher, nobody died. But that brings us to the most disturbing part of all. Because you would think, after killing 346 people and getting a second chance, Boeing would treat the survivors of the Alaska Airlines flight with dignity. You would be wrong.
Because what Boeing did next is absolutely reprehensible. Remember, Captain Fisher just saved 177 lives. He is a hero. But behind closed doors, Boeing's legal team was preparing a defense that would stab him in the back. Passengers started suing Boeing for trauma. Some had bleeding ears. Some had PTSD. And when Boeing filed their response in federal court, they included a statement so shocking that it destroys any credibility this company has left. I am going to read you exactly what they wrote. They argued they should not be held responsible because the plane was, quote, improperly maintained or misused by persons and/or entities other than Boeing. Read that again. Misused. Boeing tried to imply that the pilots or the airline broke the plane. They tried to shift the blame onto Captain Fisher, the man who saved everyone. Boeing knew this was a lie. The NTSB had already found the missing bolts. The factory photos proved it was Boeing's fault. But they made the statement anyway. Why? Because it is their standard playbook. Captain Fisher saw this, and he snapped. On December 30th, 2025, he filed a lawsuit against Boeing for $10 million. His lawyers didn't hold back. They wrote, "Boeing's lie infuriated Captain Fisher. It felt like a deep personal betrayal by a company that claimed to hold pilots in high regard." He is accusing Boeing of using a standard post-accident strategy to blame pilots for Boeing's own mistakes. And he's right. They have done this before. 5 years ago, after the Lion Air and Ethiopian Airlines crashes, Boeing's first instinct was to blame the pilots. They dragged those dead pilots' names through the mud to protect their stock price. And now, they are trying to do it again to Captain Fisher. This isn't just about a lawsuit. This is about a corporate culture that is rotten to the core. The NTSB investigation revealed that factory workers felt like cockroaches. They were treated poorly, rushed, and ignored. Boeing has paid billions in fines. They have changed CEOs. They have promised safety first. But actions speak louder than words.
4 bolts were missing, 177 people nearly died, and Boeing's first move was to call the lawyers and blame the pilot. Captain Fisher is demanding a jury trial. He wants the world to see exactly what Boeing did. So I have to ask you, how many more mistakes does Boeing get to make? Should the executives face criminal charges for this? And most importantly, knowing what you know now about the factory chaos and the missing bolts, would you step foot on a Boeing 737 MAX today? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more stories about how corporations try to escape accountability, hit that subscribe button. I'm the Story Hub. I'll see you in the next one.